Greetings, 9th and 10th graders. This informational video will share some information about the PreACT Secure. This is an exam that is coming here later this spring, and we want to make sure that you are prepared for that exam. What we're going to cover in the presentation is just some general PreACT Secure information and then provide some resources for you to get started and prep for the exam. It's always important to remember that mindset is key. This is an opportunity for you to showcase yourself and our school, and it's a balance of knowledge and perseverance. So you'll see in a moment how this is a timed test, and that perseverance until the end and checking the knowledge is critical. We just want you to remember that you are more than a test score. So some days are just a struggle. Sometimes there's test anxiety and you need additional resources. So we want to share with you what those resources are to help you best prepare. Similar to your previous experiences in lower grade levels, this is an exam that tests that knowledge at this particular point in your high school career. So the test this year is going to be on April 15th. It is for grades 9 and 10. Similar to others that you've taken, this measures 4 different areas: English, math, reading, and science. It is all multiple choice. It is online, and most students will test with their WIN teacher. When I mentioned the perseverance portion, this is the breakdown of the questions and the amount of time that you get for each of those sections. So on testing day, this is the order of the exams that you will take. And this, again, shares the number of questions in addition to the number of minutes that you'll receive. This pattern is the same for the PreACT Secure, the PreACT, and for the ACT itself. There is a calculator policy that we will share in this presentation out on the ACP student site. You can get this presentation. So additionally, we want to make sure that your calculator is an approved calculator to use for the exam. When you take the ACT your junior year, we strive for students to earn certain test scores in each of these areas. So here there are those college-ready benchmarks. So striving to earn a reading score of 22, math of 22, English 18, and science 23. So those are the ones that we want to stretch your potential and hopefully help you to reach those scores when you take the exam your junior year. This is just a visual of the score report that you are going to receive when you are completed with the exam and all scores have been processed. This gets downloaded and we mail this to you. It sometimes comes at the end of the school year, but sometimes not until the beginning of the next school year. But just wanted to share with you that it does give you your predicted ACT score based on all of these scores that you receive. And it gives you areas that you maybe need a little more support in. So it breaks it down. Again, everything is the same as the ACT, so it tells you exactly what you need to work on. Just remember that in the exam itself, there's no intentional trick questions. The directions are the same on every form of the test. There's no pattern to the answers. All of the choices are equally likely, and there's only one correct answer per question. There are many resources that you can use to prepare for the PreACT Secure. So including the resources in here, there is a booklet that you can review all of the different, there's test taking strategies and tips, what to expect on test day, and then information about each of the test sections. So I strongly encourage you to go out to this website, the ACP website for students. Again, that can be found on our student services website, and it can be found in Zello under resources. So clicking here does give you access to this guide that gives you a wealth of information. Also, there's a link to practice tests online through the Department of Public Instruction. So you can click there and to look for some items for practice test items, sample items, etc. But one of the best ways would be to log into Test Nav on your Chromebook. So just want you teachers, if you would like to pause the video and have students log out of their Chromebooks. That is the first step in accessing the TestNav app, is to actually log out of your Chromebook. So you can't be logged in, and then you can access TestNav in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. So once you are logged completely out, you should be able to log in using apps in the lower left corner. So at this time, you might want to pause the video and have students take out their Chromebooks and log out and see if they can log into TestNav. All right, once you are in TestNav, you'll want to choose the PreACT Secure 910. This one says PreACT, but choose PreACT Secure 910. And then if you happen to choose the wrong one of the exams here, please note that in the upper right-hand corner, you can choose a different customer. So if you toggle down in that drop down, you can go back to this screen and you will see the choices. So here you will get to a username and password. You won't have the username and password yet, but the trick will be to get into the practice test at the bottom. So here I'll show you. Once you are in, they will likely say the PreACT Secure 910 here. Click down to practice tests. Again, you won't have the username and password until test day. But here is where you can jump in. There is a tutorial for you to navigate, so I strongly encourage that you do this with your WIN teacher and learn about the various sections and all of the tools for the exam, such as the arrows that help move you forward. This one will be that review to show you which questions you answered, which questions you didn't. If you bookmark questions, then you can come back to those. And then there is a calculator here as well. There's also an answer eliminator and a pointer tool. So please take time to navigate through and learn about the tools for PreACT Secure. So your first step is to log out of your Chromebook and then make sure that you're going to TestNav in the lower left corner, choose PreACT Secure, and then you're going to click on Practice Tests. When teachers, please make sure that your students are to that point, and then also review those tutorial items with students and give them time to look those over. In the last portion, we want to share with you some additional prep resources. There are many here in this slideshow, but you can also access these by going to the River Falls High School homepage, going under Student Services Counseling, looking at assessments. You can get additional information about the PreACT Secure, but you can also look on the actual ACT website, and this is where you'll see a bunch of resources for you if you are interested in looking at some of them in preparation for this exam and for the actual ACT. I will just highlight some of these. I did share with you, there's that TestNav portion. You could click right into that. Here is the DPI section if you want to look at the practice exams. And then if you want to look at the some of the other ones here, ACT actually has some online resources. March to Success is phenomenal, as is Kaplan. This is a question of the day, so it gives you a question each day to your email if you'd like to do that. So there's lots of options there too. So many, many resources for you to prepare for the upcoming PreACT. And again, remember there are some under PreACT Secure, but some also, most of them will be under the ACT tab itself. So lots of great resources for you to navigate to help prepare.